This is Late Edition News at 10 with Ann Gownley. Sports with Eric DeBerardinis. And meteorologist Joe Garbacek.
The search for Eric Matthew Freen, the man accused of killing a state trooper and seriously injuring another in Pike County, has reached its 14th day, and tonight it's our top story. Good evening. This is WYLN's Late Edition, Greater Hazelton's only local news broadcast for Friday, September 26, 2014. I'm Ann Gownley. It's been 2 weeks since accused cop killer Eric Freen has been on the run from police. Local, state, and federal police have been searching the wooded areas between Pike and Monroe counties around the clock. At a press conference this afternoon, Lieutenant Colonel George Bevins said Freen has been planning the attack for several years. Police obtained information from a computer that Freen had access to. Police say he searched things such as how to avoid a police manhunt. Caves and vacant properties have also been searched by police, along with the abandoned Buck Hill Inn and the 134 acres of land that surround the property Friday morning. Bevins also wanted to remind Freen, quote, "We are not intimidated by you, we will not leave, and we will find you," unquote. A stretch of Route 309 was closed for some time this afternoon in Hazel Township due to a two-car crash. This was the scene around 2 p.m. on South Church Street in Hazel Village. One person had to be cut out of a car by rescue crews. The Mazda and Honda both had to be towed away from the scene. A total of 4 people were transported from the crash to Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazelton. No word on their injuries as of this newscast. Hazel Fire and Rescue was assisted at the scene by McAdoo EMS, APTS Ambulance, and PSP. Hazelton police are asking for your help in finding the person or persons responsible for damaging train tracks near the Beach Street playground. According to police, someone placed objects on the track that are owned by Norfolk Southern, which caused a train to derail around 1:30 this afternoon. No injuries were reported from the derailment. If you have any information, you are being asked to call police at 570-459-4940. The owners of a restaurant that fell victim to an attempted robbery on Wednesday night are now offering a reward for the apprehension of the suspect. Angelo's Pizza now has a $500 reward that leads to an arrest. A man was wearing sunglasses and a white bandana, brandishing a handgun, entered Angelo's on Hazel Avenue in Wilkes-Barre. The incident occurred around 11:30 p.m. The suspect aimed the gun at the employee and demanded money. He then fled the scene when he realized that police were already notified. The man is described as a black male, 6 feet tall, last seen wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt with a black underneath. Anyone with information on this incident is asked to call Wilkes-Barre Police at 570-826-8106 or dial 911. A Wilkes-Barre man was assaulted with a handgun early Friday morning on Madison Street. The incident occurred just after 12 a.m. Police charged 40-year-old Bernard Scott with allegedly attacking a 23-year-old victim whose name has not been released. The two men were seen arguing. Shortly afterwards, Scott went to the victim's home on Myers Court and struck him in the face with a pistol. Scott then fled the scene. Police have filed charges against him and requested an arrest warrant. The victim was taken to the hospital for treatment. Anyone knowing about Scott's whereabouts is asked to call Wilkes-Barre Police at 570-208-4207. Attorney General Kathleen Kane has released the names of at least 8 prominent state officials who sent or received hundreds of sexually explicit photos, videos, and emails from state email accounts between 2008 and 2012. The transactions were done over state-owned computers during working hours. Kane's office showed only what it called sampling of emails and their contents. It could not say if the messages were opened or forwarded. It is not known who actually sent those emails. Kane believes that it is in the public's best interest to have a good understanding of how its public servants conduct their business. Some of the recipients include the current State Police Commissioner Frank Noonan, Secretary of the Department of Environmental Protection Christopher Abruzzo, and Kevin Harley, who had been Governor Corbett's top spokesman. There is no indication that Corbett was aware of the email changes. For over 40 years, Jose Galvez, a Pulitzer Prize winner has been photographing the lives of Latinos across the country. Thursday, Galvez was in Hazelton snapping pictures, and tonight our Julie Stefanovich has the story.
In 1984, Jose Galvez was the first Mexican-American to win the Pulitzer Prize. Galvez was born and raised in Tucson, Arizona, and at the age of 10 fell in love with journalism. Eventually, his love of journalism took him to the Los Angeles Times. Galvez left the LA Times and moved to North Carolina. Since moving down south, he has been traveling up and down the East Coast taking photographs to create a powerful and unparalleled historic record of the Latino experience in America. Thursday, Galvez was in Hazelton.
I'm trying to present just a little picture of, a little picture, because it's actually film, I'm using film still, of who are the Latinos here in Hazelton, Pennsylvania. I'm trying to find people on the street, store owners, school kids, maybe some architecture, signage, graffiti, little signs on the stores that say tienda. So just about any little picture, maybe a little, as the old journalism days, a little picture package of about 3 or 4 pictures. Since we moved to the south, been wandering around the eastern coast, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Ohio, photographing different Latino communities, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Guatemalans, in these little towns and townships where they're having an impact.
While here in Hazelton, Galvez says he met several people along his journey.
Met a lot of the Latino leaders here in Hazelton, and they're really very, very nice and very complimentary. Some of the younger ones are a little bit more hesitant to be photographed, and I can understand that. I'm a stranger. If somebody puts your camera in their face, they're going to say, I don't know who you are and what you're going to be doing with those images, but it works out.
Galvez says his personal history and cultural knowledge allow him to pursue his work with a reverent understanding of the stories behind the images.
Still do things the old-fashioned way with film and black and white paper in the dark room. My son, Nicolas, he's my lab assistant. He's 11 years old, and he's been doing it for about the last 5 to 7 years now. So it's quite it's still quite interesting. I don't embrace digital photography. I like that delayed gratification of waiting for the film to be developed and for the print to be processed, and so yeah, it's quite satisfying.
He also spoke at Penn State Hazelton to many about growing up in the Mexican-American barrios of Tucson, Arizona. For more information and to check out Galvez's photos, you may log on to josegalvez.com. In Hazelton, for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
A Luzerne County woman has gone missing, and now several have joined the search. 44-year-old Karen Andrews of Nature's Lane in Denison Township near Whitehaven was last seen just before 2 p.m. on Thursday. Police say Andrews was riding her bike on Nature's Lane and Pete Moss Road. No description was given as to what she was last seen wearing. Several canines have also assisted in the search. Anyone with information on her whereabouts is asked to call police in Luzerne County. The 9/11 memorial flag, which has traveled the world, will be escorted onto the fairgrounds of the Bloomsburg Fair by police and firefighters on Saturday morning around 8 a.m. The memorial flag has been seen by nearly 6 million people and has traveled over 57,000 miles. The flag will be hoisted in place to fly between the Bloomsburg Fire Department's ladder truck and aerial pumper. The flag will remain flying at the Bloomsburg Fair until Saturday at 8 p.m. And that is a look at tonight's top stories. Coming up, our Gary Perna has details on a group of cyclists riding through the greater Hazelton area, all to raise money for the Erie, Pennsylvania YMCA. But first, it's time now to take a first look at our forecast with Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik, who's outside in the Bedrock Gardens Weather Center. Joe, it's Friday Night Football. What can fans and players expect weather-wise this evening?
Picture perfect weather heading in our direction as we head through the rest of the evening hours. Here's a look at the radar, and well, I'll show you the radar later on. There's nothing to show you at all, so we won't show it to you right now at all. But hey, you know what? This is the time of year, believe it or not, could see some snow throughout the U.S., and that's what happened back in 1996, 15 inches to be exact. Well, as always, we want to thank the Covered Wagon of Sybertsville for giving us our fall decorations that you can see behind me. Be sure to check them out at any time, and I think you won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed with the 7-day forecast, which is straight ahead. Stick around.
Are you having a party? Choose Catering by Whitetail for your next event. They offer on-site and off-site catering for all occasions: barbecues, picnics, corporate functions, reunions, friendly get-togethers, graduation parties. Any event you're hosting, Chef Tom will prepare the best for your guests. Call Chef Tom at 570-384-2314. Carry-out catering is also available. Choose Catering by Whitetail for your next event.
'Cause polkas are here to stay.
18-time Grammy Award winner Jimmy Sturr and his orchestra will be performing on October 25th at 7:30 p.m. at the Wiltsey Center at the historic castle in Hazleton. Voted the #1 polka act in the country, Jimmy Sturr and his orchestra have been creating a buzz from coast to coast for years. And don't miss Elvis in concert featuring Jeff Crick, bringing the music of the king to the Wiltsey Center October 24th. Tickets for both shows are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and all Ticketmaster locations or by phone.
Hi, I'm Russ Kanzler, professional baseball player. Growing up in this area, I dreamed of being a baseball player. I also dreamed of owning a new Chevy Silverado. I remember my dad taking me to Fairway Chevrolet, and he would tell me, deal with hometown people you can trust. And I did.
Lease a 2014 Silverado 1500 four-wheel drive double cab for $159 per month during Fairway Chevrolet's Truck Month. Over 90 Silverados available.
WYLN TV 35 is looking to hire a highly motivated, energetic salesperson for the Wilkes-Barre and surrounding areas. Call Liz Tolan 570-459-1869, extension 1366.
Definitely picture-perfect weather conditions today, and that's going to be the case as we head through this entire weekend. Looking very nice indeed. The drier, warmer weather now is upon us, high pressure building in, and that's going to allow us to see a lot of sunshine for Saturday and Sunday, and temperatures getting well into the 70s with some areas near 80, if not possibly in the lower 80s. Now, there's nothing to show you on radar. It's dry. It will stay dry for all the high school football games, generally in the 60s, mid to upper 50s to near 60 by the end of the game. So again, very nice indeed across all of our area. We're still in the 70s outside our station in Hazleton. And the dew point's very low. You don't feel any humidity in the air. A little bit of a breeze from time to time, 5 to 10 mile per hours. All right, well, temperatures this morning, not too bad, 40s to lower 50s. Daytime highs getting up into the 70s, even warmer as we head into this weekend. 72 in New Angola, 76 in Berwick, 76 also in Bloomsburg and in Danville. Satellite and radar, all is quiet across the northeast, and it's going to stay quiet for the next several days. Really no significant precipitation to talk about anytime soon. Staying dry through tonight, staying dry through Saturday, Sunday, even as we head into Monday. Very nice. 50s will do it tonight, maybe some upper 40s. Tomorrow, 70s. Some areas will be near 80 degrees. 50s, upper 40s for tomorrow night. And then Sunday, we do it all over again. We're up into the 70s. Some areas near 80 degrees. So high pressure in control. Picture perfect weather for this time of year. For the entire weekend, the ridge builds, and that means we have some nice weather. We want to thank the Pines of Hazleton for sponsoring our 7-day extended forecast. Their cafe opens at 7 o'clock in the morning. They're open weekdays. They have a great menu, a lot of choices to choose from. I think you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy the 7-day forecast through the weekend. Very nice. Monday looking pretty good. Maybe a few showers around. Not a whole lot at this point for Tuesday. Still looking good for Wednesday and Thursday. And maybe a week from today may have a few more rain showers here and there. But again, not expecting anything significant. We'll be back with more after the break.
Tri-County Business Machines has been serving the Hazleton area with office supplies and furniture for over 35 years. We are your local Kyocera dealer for all your digital Kyocera copiers, printers, and faxes. For exceptional reliability, sales, and service, the call to make is to Tri-County Business Machines. Tri-County Business Machines, keeping your office up to speed. Tri-County Business Machines, located at 117 East Broad Street, Hazleton. Phone 459-0754 or visit us on the web at tricountybm.com.
Now Hazel Park Spring Water is proud to announce that they are the official water of the WILN Sports Crew and available for home delivery through J.W. Wargo Spring Water Delivery and JoJo's Beverage. Since 1915, the Kreisel family has been serving the area with quality meats. The tradition continues today with 5 generations at Hazel Park Quality Meats, 260 Washington Avenue, West Hazleton, and Redding Specialty Meats, located at 216 East 4th Street in Berwick. Here are some of this week's specials. Hey football fans, do you score field goals or do you score touchdowns? Do you settle for the extra point or do you go for 2? At Burger Family Dealerships on Route 93, we have the winning combination and you'll score more with us. Stop in and check out their touchdown deals. Come in, score big, and win. Burger Family Dealerships, Route 93, near the Laurel Mall, your championship auto dealer.
Hello, I'm Tiffany Cloud, host of The Storm on WILN TV 35. Election season's coming. We are the Hazleton-based television station with truly substantive political talk. Often The Storm is a candidate's first stop when running for political office. And if candidates want to win, they come on The Storm and advertise in WILN TV 35 programming, which airs across northeastern Pennsylvania, the most expansive viewing area by far of any Hazleton-based TV station. WILN TV 35. We are your stop for the best political talk.
Welcome back to Late Edition. Today, the Keystone Job Corps drums welcomed some visitors from Erie, Pennsylvania. Our Gary Perna was there and has the story.
Cyclists taking part in the Erie YMCA Strong Kids campaign rode into our area this afternoon as part of their 480-mile trip across the state. Craig Latimer is the coordinator of the event for the past 10 years.
I'll tell you, about 10 years ago, a fella called me. He worked for a newspaper, and he wanted to ride his bike across the state and write a story about it. Would I go with him? Well, I thought that was a great idea. So as we were going across, really wonderful things started to happen on that tour, and we thought we could make it a fundraiser for our YMCA. Here we are 10 years later, man.
The money raised by the riders goes to help the Strong Kids program, which offers opportunities that they may not otherwise have.
I'll tell you, it's the riders that not only put themselves on the roads for 6 days, but they also raise donations. And the mission of the Y is to make sure no one is ever denied services because of inability to pay. So a 14-year-old that lives in the inner city can come over and play basketball. It's no problem. Single parents that need the best child care can have that very costly service supplemented by the money raised by this bike trip.
Latimer said he never thought the ride would last 10 years.
I was a young man of just about years old, and so 10 years later, it's been quite a thing. I'll tell you, it has been a labor of love, and that is in the truest sense of the word. I've met many great people that have helped the Y with donations. My brother is the key driver on this mission and does all the logistics and everything, and that's been a wonderful experience. So it's been a wonderful 10 years.
Dennis Howard has been part of the ride for many years, and this one is very special for him, as today is his 70th birthday.
Yes, it's been really fun for me to have it the last day of the ride fall on my birthday, and the ride into Jim Thorpe is going to be a lot of fun this afternoon. I've had 2 of my boys come into town to ride with me on the last day, and it's just enjoyable.
Why have you decided to do this run, for a bunch of years to benefit the YMCA?
First of all, it's for the kids at the YMCA, and it's a great fundraiser for the Erie County area. But it's just so delightful to be with these folks for the week. All of the riders are just great people, and we get some of them back each year. There are others that are new, and we make new acquaintances, and it's just a wonderful time.
Ross Valente from the Job Corps said they are always excited to have the group stop in for lunch.
Today we are hosting the Erie YMCA in their Strong Kids campaign, and it all occurred kind of by accident about 10 years ago. What had occurred, they were coming through the area, needed a place to stop and have some lunch. So they stopped at our security facility, talked to the folks up there, and just simply asked, can we just sit on your lawn and have some lunch? So we thought, well, we could do better than that, and invited them down on center, provided them with some beverages, they had their lunch, and all was well.
Ross said they asked to come back, and of course the Job Corps extended their arms and welcomed them.
Since that time, our culinary students and our culinary instructors have prepared relatively a simple luncheon for them. It's a sandwich buffet with some soup, and they're always crazy about the soup. So that always goes really quick. So and that's basically what's happened. So we look forward to their visits. It's always interesting to see the kids, how the students interact with them and the questions that they have. And it's kind of a reciprocal thing, too, because we're here to help young people get on their feet and make a career for themselves, and likewise what they're doing here is helping young people in the Erie area who may not have the finances and the whereabouts to be involved in some programs, and through pledges that they receive through their bicycling, they get those monies.
Latimer said over $10,000 was raised this year from the ride.
After finishing lunch here today at the Keystone Job Corps, the cyclists will get back on their bikes and pedal to Jim Thorpe, Carbon County. There they will end their 6-day and over 480-mile trip, all for charity. In drums, for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Gary Perna.
Thank you, Gary. Coming up next, Eric DeBardinas is in with sports here on Late Edition with details on tonight's major matchups and high school football. That and much more coming up only on WYLN.
Compassionate, experienced health and hospice care delivered right in your home. That's what Malath Valley Health System's known for throughout Columbia, Luzerne, and surrounding counties. It's your choice, and your loved ones deserve the very best. Tell your doctor you want Malath Health and experience why we've become the trusted choice of more and more families. Visit malathhealth.com today for more information.
I used to think that me and my dad were just building a car. I realize now that it was a lot more than that.
That's the one, bud. Okay, come here. What's this guy right here? Do you know what that is?
Find the parts you need at Harry's You Pull It. Visit us online at wegotused.com to shop our yard, or visit us at one of our 3 locations in Pennsburg, Allentown, and Hazleton.
Buy it at Barber. It's a cut above the rest. Buy it at Barber. Honest people where the deals are the best. Now is the time. Barber Ford is the place. The best cause I hear there's no mistake. You can't buy better. You can't buy better than Barber Ford.
Barber Ford, Route 309 in Hazleton and on Route 11 in Exeter.
Watch Wellness Through Physical Therapy with Ting O of Hazleton Physical Therapy, and let Ting and his talented team guide you on your journey to wellness. Only on WYLN.
Welcome to Late Edition Sports on this Football Friday. I'm Eric DeBardinas. The Hazleton Cougars will play host to the Pittston Patriots at Harmon Guy Stadium in WYLN's Game of the Week. Kickoff is just a little over an hour away. Last week, the Cougars were just 30 minutes away from their first win of the season, but were unable to hold on to a halftime advantage. Pittston is 1-3 and coming off a big loss to Crestwood, but the Comets quarterback Jay Popson gave credit to the Patriots. We apologize for that, but trust me, he did say that Pittston gave them a bunch of different looks last week. Elsewhere in the Wyoming Valley Conference, 4 of the league's teams rank in the state's top 100, and this week presents plenty of intriguing matchups, some with the potential for upset. Wyoming area and Crestwood are 2 teams trending in opposite directions. The Warriors hope to stop a dynamic Comets offense that has put up 125 points in the past 2 weeks, nearly double Wyoming area's season output. George Curry and Berwick failed to hold on to a lead at Wyoming Valley West, and this week looks to go back above 500 when they travel to Selinsgrove, who has won its 4 games by an average margin of 40 points. Valley West aims to avoid a letdown game following that hard-fought victory over the Bulldogs. Their opponent is a Coughlin squad that has lost their past 2 games. Williamsport collected their first win of the season against Hazleton last week, but face a much-improved Dallas team featuring Matt Harrison at quarterback. Positioning for the playoffs is already in full effect. Several teams figure to be in the hunt for first place in the Anthracite League. 3-1 Lehighton hosts out-of-conference foe Governor Mifflin. 4-0 Jim Thorpe will be at Rotary Field for a tilt with Schuylkill Haven. The Olympians won their first 2 games by a combined score of 81-0, but their last 2 victories have come by a combined 7 points. Either Minersville or Shenandoah Valley will enter the win column as the 2 0-4 teams collide. Blue Mountain only throws it a little over 7 times per game, but look to remain a threat on the ground as they travel to Marion Catholic. Colin Moyer has collected 477 rushing yards for Tamaqua and attempts to lead the Blue Raiders to a second consecutive victory when 1-3 Panther Valley visits. North Schuylkill is up to number 67 in the state rankings after knocking off Marion Catholic last week. They face a Mahanoy area team that has won their last 3 after an opening week loss. We hope you are now prepared for Week 5 of high school football. If you're not out at the game, tune in right here for Hazleton Pittston. Next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik will have a look at your upcoming forecast. Stay tuned. More Late Edition is headed your way.
Lewis & Freeman Real Estate Drum Sales Team is proud to be the top-selling office in the greater Hazleton area and part of the leading firm in Luzerne County. As members of the leading real estate companies of the world, the buyers and sellers can count on exceptional service and national strength. Known for their cutting-edge marketing, user-friendly website, and customer-oriented tools such as LF Home Finder, Lewis & Freeman brings buyers and sellers together. Call today. The Lewis & Freeman Drum Sales Professionals are committed to be your real estate source.
At Gould's Supermarket in the Cunningham Valley, we've been helping busy folks with our hot lunches and dinners Monday through Friday for over 4 years now. We also offer the same entrees and sides as cold heat and eat foods 7 days a week. Now with the completion of our new state-of-the-art kitchen facility, we've doubled the lunch variety and added a cold salad bar. In addition, we now offer pickup catering. A pamphlet at our deli describes this new service that can drastically reduce your workload and cost for parties or meetings. Always improving. At Gould's Supermarket, we live those words.
I'm Liz Tolan, Director of Sales and Marketing for WYLN 35. In 2013, WYLN supported the groups you see on your screen by offering either in-kind advertising or volunteer services. At WYLN, serving our community is an important part of what we do. Our name says it all. We're your local network. In 2014, we'll be here as we've been since day one to promote and support our local community. From all of us at WYLN 35, thank you for making us your local network.
Stage is set right now because it's going to be a beautiful evening for all the high school football games out there. Nothing to show you radar-wise. It's dry and it will stay dry right through the rest of the evening hours. We're at 70. Temperatures will drop into the 60s, and before all is said and done, generally upper 50s by post-game. But other than that, it is just, you know what, you can't ask for better weather this time of year, especially for any football games or doing anything outside, to be exact. There's a 7-day forecast, which we want to thank the Pines of Hazleton for sponsoring. They're open weekdays. Their cafe opens at 7 in the morning. Free parking, free Wi-Fi, a lot of great food. Be sure to check them out. Perfect weekend in store for our area. And, you know, it's been a while since we've seen temperatures like this, and we're finally getting them once again, and something we all can look forward to.
It is an absolutely beautiful day out, and I'm sure it is beautiful just down the street from us at Harmon Guy Stadium.
Big game approaching, a little over an hour away. Hazelton looking to get their first win. Sadly, I won't be there. I'll be at 3 different games across the area, so come say hi if you see a guy with a video camera.
All right, make sure you look for Eric. Say hello to him and get all those highlights.
Yeah.
I know they are going to be exciting from the games that you were covering, and they'll be on Monday night.
Yes, absolutely.
A little more in-depth on them. All right, sounds good. So don't forget, big game tonight right here on WYLN. Pittston area is at Harmon Geist to take on the Cougars of Hazelton area. Make sure you tune in, but it's a beautiful night. So head on down to Harmon Geist Field here in Hazelton. Have a great night, everyone. We will see you back here Monday at 10.